Friday, August 7th, 5:15 p.m. New York time. Welcome back, investors, to Winning Wall Street's Money. Look at the NASDAQ 100 and the major stocks that are part of it, the big boys. Left is the watch list. We'll go over those stocks individually. A lot of green. Five-year chart, weekly. NASDAQ 100 index. We are not at all-time high. No, we are not. We closed green for the week. We made a reversal. That's nice. Big, strong green candle. So on the far right, here's the low of the year, and here's the high of the year. That was a bullish pin bar down here, and a strong candle, strong bullish candle here. Nice reversal. So theoretically, the target should be the highs of the year. Got a gap down here that has not even been tested yet. We'll go look at the Magnificent 7 and the other ones, alphabetical order. See if they're performing equal or better. Again, we are not at all-time high. The Dow Jones Industrial Average and the S&P 500, all-time highs. Apple, last week was the all-time high. Currently, lower highs. Doing the opposite from the stock index. Again, here's the stock index. Stock index broke above the trend reversal. Nope, not an Apple. Amazon, all-time new high. Outstanding. That's concerning. Big wick on the top, and a close below midpoint of the week. So potential reversal. Google, same thing. It popped above last week's inside candle and did this rejection. And see this orange vertical line? That week is when the Google was added to another stock index as well too. So it's on several stock indexes. Most recent it got added to was the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Meta, inside candle for the week. Look, it's below the highs of last year. That's really bad. It is hurting the index. Microsoft, new high for the year, still below the highs of last year. So it's underperforming the index. The index is better. Netflix, really bad. Below the highs of 2025, below the highs of this year. It's in a retracement mode from the lows of this year. Really weak. Nvidia, below the highs of this year, but big, strong green candle this week. Nice. SpaceX, new lows for the year. Did make a reversal, taking out that high of the prior week. Big, strong green candle. Again, there's a high of the year. Yellow horizontal line. Nice engulfing right here. Nice. So all these shorts that didn't get out, they're trapped. Tesla. Wow. It's below the highs of, let me see when this was. 2021. Update this. Excuse me. There we go. So below the highs of 2021, below the highs of last year and below the highs of this year. Not surprised. Yep. It did make a reversal. Apologize. Made a reversal. And this is extremely bearish candle. So it's doing a retracement. Again, it's still bearish stock. Gonna put it on a higher time frame. We'll look at the monthly. There we go. Yep, below the highs 2020. All right, let's go back to the weekly. So what happened here was the stock had split sometime, and this is no longer valid. Put it back to weekly. So looking at all these stocks on the left, yes, a lot of green today. The stock index, Nasdaq 100, just like it says, 100 companies in it, very diversified. Periodically, the index gets replaced. So what happened most recently, excuse me, SpaceX got added to this index. They removed one of the companies and replaced it with SpaceX. And we saw a lot of these companies are underperforming the index. Dollar cost average, more the wiser to stick with a good stock index than the individual stocks. So again, the company they removed from here, still on the Nasdaq 100, the company they removed from the Nasdaq 100 index is still part of the Nasdaq composite, but it's weaker. So there will be less interest in the company and the stock price will decline. Less institutional participants in it. That could take a good amount of time to occur. It's not going to happen overnight. Just more the wiser. I prefer to be in a good stock index, dollar cost average. Never marry an individual stock. Safety first. You work hard for your money. Thank you as always, spending just a little time with me. That's it for the video. Thank you kindly for watching and supporting.